To start this green bean casserole, I am going to make a cream of mushroom. I have about 2 cups of baby portobello mushrooms that I will be dicing into really small pieces, about a cup of broth, and a cup of heavy cream. We'll need a tablespoon of butter, 1 minced garlic clove, a cup of red onions, and some Worcestershire. Make sure it's gluten-free. This one checks all the boxes, except it's not vegan. So I'm gonna start making the cream of mushroom, and then we will put the dish together, and I will show you what that looks like. I know you're not supposed to douse these in water because they act like a sponge, but honestly I don't know what other way to get them clean because there's so much dirt on them. So I quickly rinse them while shaking this aggressively, and then I do the salad spinning pump as fast as I can to try to not let as much water absorb. But I can't sit here and wipe down all these mushrooms. And then to prepare these, I just do a small dice, probably about that size, so like a pea size. So I'm gonna go through and dice all these mushrooms. Now that everything is prepped for our cream of mushroom, I like to line everything up in order of how I'm going to add it in the pot. So first we're going to add in our butter and let that melt down. Once the butter is pretty much melted, I'm going to add in our onion and all of the mushroom. And then we'll just cook this down really well. I'll just keep stirring as it cooks. I of course don't want anything to burn. We just want the onion to get nice and cooked and translucent, and the mushrooms to cook down a bit also. So we're about halfway through, and it's taken maybe 4 or 5 minutes to reach this point. Once all this water evaporates on the bottom, that is when I will season this with salt and pepper and even add the garlic to saute a little bit. After exactly 10 minutes, the mixture will, all the liquid will have evaporated, and before it starts caramelizing, I'm just going to add in the garlic and season it as well with some salt, just like a pinch of salt and some black pepper. After adding the garlic and seasoning, I just kind of cook it for another 30 seconds to a minute, and that is when I will add the Worcestershire. I would just do 2 teaspoons of it. After about another minute, then I would go in and add in your broth and heavy cream. Let this come to, I guess, a boil, and then set it to simmer for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, this has reduced down and it's super creamy. I'm just gonna turn the heat all the way to low. And then I'm gonna do what my chef sister taught me, or like the French do, and just add a pat of butter. And if you don't know what a pat is, I think it's like a tablespoon. We're just gonna stir that in. I'm also going to season it a little bit with a pinch of salt and some pepper. And that is it. There is our gluten-free cream of mushroom. For reference, I just want to see how much this came out to make. It's a little over 2 cups. For a traditional green bean casserole recipe, you just want to use 10 ounces. I'm just going to use everything that I made today because I like mine saucy. To put this green bean casserole together, it is super easy with the exception of making your own cream of mushroom. But I just take a 16-ounce bag of frozen French cut green beans. So to the green beans, I'm going to add all of my cream of mushroom. Normally, I'm just using the traditional recipe that comes from a certain can of soup. What is on that list of recipe is also a half cup of milk because I'm adding the entire, like a little over 2 cups of homemade cream of mushroom that I made. I'm not gonna add additional milk. To this, you just wanna season with a little bit of soy sauce. If you don't have soy sauce, I think you can just use some more Worcestershire and some pepper. Once that is all set, look at this teeny tiny casserole dish that I found. I think it is 7 by 11. So I'm gonna use my little teeny tiny casserole dish. I did not scale this down. If you watched yesterday's video or my potato video, I don't know if I mentioned in there, but I scaled those portions down. I love green bean casserole, so I'm not going to do that with this dish. All right, once everything's snuggled in, I'm just going to bake it at 350. I didn't pre-boil the green beans, so this is gonna cook for way longer than what's recommended. I think the recommended time is like 25 minutes, but I want to soften the green beans as much as possible. So I'm going to let this go for about 45-50 minutes. And because this is gluten-free, I also do not use the other known brand of fried onions to make this. And instead, I'm just going to use my Asian fried shallots, which are delicious. I put it on everything. And I'm just going to sprinkle that in the last 15 to 10 minutes of baking. And I will show you what that looks like. After about 45 minutes, just sprinkle on some fried shallots or French fried onions, whatever you prefer. I'm using fried shallots because they are gluten-free. It's just shallots and oil. We're just gonna bake this for an additional 10 minutes and then it will be ready. This is the final result of the dish. It is scorching hot. This is piping hot, fresh out of the oven. I'm just gonna give it a little taste. Oh gosh, that's so good. Even with the amount of cream of mushroom we use, the gluten-free cream of mushroom, it's still creamy, but it's not like over creamy. It is so flavorful. I just love this side dish. I just realized I totally messed up the top and I don't even know if I did an intro. This is so delicious. I hope you give this a try. Again, it is a gluten-free version. And if you like this recipe, stay tuned. I have a few more up my sleeve to share with you for the holidays. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. and I hope you have a great day. See you in the next video.